Let's start with Indian corporate news for the day 22nd of August daily current affairs series. The first and the most important news is coming from US, which has made which has fined TCS, but now Epic lawsuit system for $140 million. Now, original fine was punitive damages were $280 million for Tata Consultancy Services. Now, the reason being trade secret theft lawsuit involving a medical software company known as Epic Systems. So these were very excessive. So now the current damages are $140 million for TCS, and the medical software company involved here is Epic Systems. So if this you will remember, it is going to help. And secondly, the important news for here is global tech giant IBM has announced to offer free online courses for the NSDC, that is the National Skill Development Corporation, for the age group for 18 to 20 years youth. They are going to offer free online courses like emerging technology, professional development skill, etc. And this is going to be held on eSkill India portal. This is a very welcome news for the sector, and it is hugely 18 to 20 years youth is going to definitely benefit from this. Now, the third important news for the day will be we will remove all the flouts. Facebook policy says Indian MD Ajit Mohan. They are going to say routine things, ethical, and they incredibly seriously they take. They don't encourage any bigotry. They denounce hate. More of the things are ethical. But the Facebook has been news. I mean, I discussed in the yesterday itself that Facebook Mark Zuckerberg has been relinquished by the Federal Trade Commission for the way they have acquired WhatsApp and Instagram. The reason being here is that whether those acquisitions are in the light that these are with the future youth is going to challenge Facebook or not. That's why they have taken they have taken them Instagram and WhatsApp. So basically, Facebook is facing a lot of things now, and this particular case, that Mark Zuckerberg case, it is going to be beyond November election. So a lot of things we are going to hear from Facebook and on the things around Facebook. The next news which is being important will be the Indigo. Now, Indigo wants to expand to Russia and Central Asia. There will be various options listed here that which of the countries Indigo is planning or which has not been. So Indigo is going to expand to Russia and Central Asia, and due to suspended the flights, passenger flights, international passenger flights has been suspended in India since March 23 due to COVID. So basically, they need a special permission from DGCA, and whatever happens, we are going to report on that. And now, one important news from Flipkart is coming. Interestingly, is from Nepal, that they had signed a Sasto deal. Now, Sasto deal is the leading e-com firm in Nepal for cross-border trade opportunities for its seller. So under the Sasto deal, they will host products from Flipkart marketplace sellers across all categories. So Sasto deal, Nepal leading e-com firm for cross-border trade opportunities. So one of the options will be having cross-border trade opportunities or whatever they are going to mention. So you have to remember every detail of it, and this is important news. And another thing which is going to be, and the futures companies bankers likely to take 40% haircut. Now, why this is 40%? Even after Reliance has acquired the main business of futures group, futures we have discussed in earlier lectures also. So the bank are going to have some difficulty in having a recovery of 13,000 crore dues. So it's a big amount. So how the banks are going to offer? I mean, there is a likely it is a 40% haircut, which raises a question mark on them, that how the companies actually operate on the mergers and all. So this is going to be interesting thing. And Zomato has raised 180 crore ESOP, and now it has funds from Temasek. Zomato has raised 184 crores from existing investment member. The important term here is existing investment member Foodie Bay. So now the shares for Foodie Bay got a control of 6.77% in the firm. And interestingly, Foodie Bay's trustee is Miss Akriti Chopra, who is also the chief financial officer of Zomato. So the deal has been done like this. So then you have to remember it. It is now the 6.77 Foodie Bay stake. Now the next thing which is again important here is the next thing which is again important. More than 75% of delivery partners are back, says Swiggy. Says they have delivery executives have resumed duty, and they are now currently serving 95% of the city as August 20. So how this Swiggy has got a lot of challenges to face now. Now the another news which is important here is that HMSI. Now this happens for Honda Motorcycle and Scooter India. So now in the questions for UPSC or for banking exams, they are going to list HMSI, which means that Honda Motorcycle and Scooter India, now they have made two entry, and this is the language is important here, one for rural sector, one for urban customers. For rural they have said new mass market entry level motorcycle, and for urban new motorcycle for mid-size segment. So they will say mid-size segment for whom, or market entry level motorcycle for whom. So rural and urban, and HMSI, that is Honda Motorcycle and Scooter India. So the questions can be spin around like this. They usually banking exams do it more often. Now the next news which is important here is they have shown a profit of 354 crores, which is huge, regarding the impact of COVID and most of the companies. Indiabulls Housing Finance Q1 profits are this profit before taxes stood at 354.45 crore in the first quarter ended on June 2020. Now another important news is Blackstone and Brookfield. Now both of them are the world's largest private equity investors. They are going to seek a raise in REIT. Now REIT is Real Estate Investment Trust. I will repeat it again, Real Estate Investment Trust. So they are going to peak, and who are they? Two of the world's largest private equity investors. So they are going to list and they are going to increase. And another news coming from KKR exists, CG Power sells remaining stake. Now KKR is not for Kolkata Knight Riders. It is rather a private equity firm. You can call it as a non-banking finance company. The KKR India Depth Opportunities Fund 2. Now this is important. KKR India Depth Opportunities Fund 2 has sold 0.6% in CG Power and Industrial Solutions in Friday's trade, while KKR Indian Financial Services sold 2.3%. So now the question can be confused around these two things. KKR Depth India Opportunities sell more, or KK India Financial Services, and how much? 0.6 and 0.2.3%. And interestingly, Larsen & Toubro Financial Services also sold their shares on CG Power in last week. So this is again important from that perspective. Now another important news, which is Westbridge leads $28 million round in Lead School. So EdTech company Lead School has raised 28 million in a Series C. Now Series C is important. Westbridge Capital along with existing investor Elevate Equity. So Elevate Equity is an investor in Westbridge which has raised 28 million. And now what are they going to do? Roll out products of offerings, increase school network, similar cities, hire talent across domains. So this is going to be doing some good for the economy. Westbridge are hoping like this in the education sector. So now the thing which is important is actually here is a report which is an International Financial Review Asia report which says that Baring PE Asia prepares to launch syndication of 600 million loan, which why it is being the proceeds are going to delist Hexaway Technologies and repayment of bonds. So this is again very important, and how they are going to do it, it's just going to be interesting. So all this news will cover for the day. Thank you so much for listening and have a nice day.